They can't guarantee the outcome. Results vary, but experience matters. If you're hurt in a wreck, call the accident attorneys at Sweet James for a free case review at 800-9-MILLION, 800-900-0000, and sweetjames.com. Pay nothing until they win.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-MILLION. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorneys.
Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
Superstar Car Wash, the car wash with superpowers. Sign up for a free car wash today. That's right, totally free for a limited time. Because we love what makes you shine. See website for details.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Portifsubs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portifsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Portifsubs.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
That it is. It is the Friday edition of the lunch break right here. KDUS AM 1060. I'm Chris Schubert. Producer Evan is on the other side of the glass hanging out with you today. 2 hours till the weekend. And boy, do we have a lot to get to today before we hit the weekend. We start. The Arizona Diamondbacks played a little afternoon baseball yesterday. The story remains the same. An inconsistent offense led to a series loss.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
My apologies. Producer Evan, how are you today?
I'm good.
I was so fired up. I got right into the Daily Special. I didn't ask you how you were.
Well, the bats were cold, and that fires anybody up.
4-2, Diamondbacks lost yesterday after getting shut out the day prior by Paul Skeens. Scored 11 runs in the 3 games, 9 of which came in the first game of that series. Zach Allen wasn't great. He was just okay. I think that's the best way to describe Zach Allen's day yesterday, right? Just okay? I mean, you're paying him $23 million. Just okay is not what you're looking for.
For what you're paying him, I don't know if you can walk away from yesterday and say, that's the type of Zach Allen starter we wanted.
We said it yesterday. I can't quit Zach Allen, but he doesn't make it easy.
No.
He doesn't make it easy to still be a fan.
He is one of those pitchers that every day you think he could give you what he did in 2022. And that just feels over.
I mean, it's 4 years ago now at this point, right?
It's over.
I mean, you say 2022 as if it's like some, recent memory. That's 4 years ago.
And that wasn't even his best year. People are still looking to get 2021 back.
I mean, that's pre-World Series appearance.
We're talking about half a decade ago.
So after a while, you just have to accept the results as they are. You can't look back and hope that he can be something that at this point of his career, he's just not. Isn't. He just isn't that guy. And so that coupled with an offense that is just, it's such a roller coaster ride with this group right now. And offenses in baseball inherently go hot and cold. The baseball by nature is a streaky sport. You play 162 games. You're going to have stretches. Even the best teams in the world have stretches where all of the bats are not firing. But as a team, you're 14th in runs per game. That includes what you did in this 3-game series. 14th in runs per game. Scored 11 runs in the 3 games. That's less than 4 runs a game. That's not going to cut it right now.
Not at all.
I mean, at 14th, I think you're like at 4.7 runs per game right now to get to being 14th. You were lower than that in just this 3-game series. And it's not like you hit the cover off the ball in Chicago. There's a shutout in there as well. You scored 4 runs in the finale. You scored 5 in the opener. The Brewers game, a 13-1 loss, a 13-2 loss. I mean, the offense has been a real problem for this team, and it needs to be the strength. We can sit here and talk about the issues with the starting pitching. Although, as much as we just kind of got on Zach Gallen a little bit, they got length from all 3 starters this week.
That's the one saving grace that has happened.
You got 6+ innings from everybody.
Everybody came out there and gave you at least 6 innings, and most of them quality starts.
And let's face it, as a pitching staff, you allowed 5 runs in 3 games. That shouldn't lead to a series loss.
No.
5 runs over 3 games.
Not at all.
You shut out the Pirates in the opener. You lost game 2, 1-0 against Skeens, and they only scored 4 on you yesterday. 5 runs in 3 games. That's good enough. 6+ innings from all 3 of your starters. 5 runs total. The Pirates scored in the 3 games, and yet here we are on a Friday opening the show. They lost the series. Why? Because the offense is way too inconsistent right now. There are way too many guys who it's still May, and we're waiting for the light switch to go off. We're waiting to reboot the computer and get things going again. The computer's a little slow. What do? Turn it off, turn it back on, right? You hit the restart button. There are a lot of guys, we're still waiting for them to hit the power button. Turn things on this season. And I know they're hurt, but you still got star power up and down this lineup to where you should be scoring way more than you are. And we said that this wasn't going to be the offense of a couple years ago where they're, the best in the sport, but they need to be better than 14th in runs per game if they're going to have a shot.
I said in a buy or sell right before the season that this team needed to be top 10 in runs per game if they wanted to seriously compete.
Did I buy that one? I don't remember what I did.
I think you bought it.
I'll tell you right now I want to buy it because at 14th, it's not good enough. That's above average. I mean, 30 teams, 15 is the average.
Correct.
14th is above average. So
your offense has been good.
Your offense has technically, statistically speaking, been above average, but it's still not good enough.
It's not.
It's not good enough because you've had some woes out there in the rotation that at least this week for a 3-game series look like they've figured themselves out a little bit. Your bullpen overall, think about this statement for just a second, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. The bullpen's been the best spot of this team so far?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been the bright light. It certainly hasn't been the rotation. The core 4 has been lackluster, to say the least.
And injured. Gabby Moreno
and
missed
injured.
some time.
And the back half of your lineup can't play.
I mean, think about the moment yesterday. Nolan Arenado was a pinch hitter in the 8th inning, and he strikes out with 2 guys on. I mean,
there it is.
I mean, that's it, right? That is, you can boil down the offensive struggles to one moment. You, down 4-2, are still in the game. You have a chance with one swing to tie it.
I would love to know what the D-backs average is with runners in scoring position.
I'm sure that's a statistic that you can find pretty easily. But just in general, this offense just isn't doing enough. And I'll be honest with everybody. I didn't expect to get to May 8th and say that the sore spot on this team is the offense. I didn't expect to look up and down the lineup, and I'll go traditional numbers for you. I won't even go nerdy numbers. I'll keep it simple. Geraldo Perdomo hitting .234. Ketel Marte, .209. Corbin Carroll, .264. Adrian Del Castillo, .219. Ildemaro Vargas is .360 notwithstanding. .255 for Lourdes Gurriel so far in his small sample size. Nolan's hitting .272. He's actually been one of the better hitters. .246 for Gabby Moreno. Alec Thomas, .181. You look at the bench pieces. James McCann, .192. Jose Fernandez hitting close to .300. Should be in the lineup every day. Tim Towell, .152. Jorge Barroso, .194. It's just a team that just isn't hitting. You can't win if you don't score, and the Diamondbacks are 19th in runs scored. I just told you they're 14th in runs per game. With the struggles that they have in the pitching staff, the overworked bullpen, that at some point, I just don't think they can continue to do what they've been doing. Again, this series notwithstanding, you're kind of reaching a very important moment of the season. And again, this team is 17-19. This team is hovering around the 500 mark that we asked them to do at the beginning of the season, knowing that the schedule was tough. They had a bunch of guys on the shelf that they needed to get back. And so we referred to the first 60 games as the sprint. Can you survive the 60-game sprint and get healthy? And so far, they are surviving. They're not thriving. We told you that earlier in the week. This is survival mode and not getting swept. I mean, imagine if they lost on Tuesday, we would be sitting up here talking about a 7-game losing streak.
So interesting. Are you ready for what I'm about to tell you?
You've got some numbers. I filibustered long enough for you.
Yes. Well, because I just really couldn't believe it. The Arizona Diamondbacks are tied for first
In
average with runners in scoring position.
That can't be accurate.
297 from an average standpoint.
What is your source on this?
This is Baseball Reference.
So Baseball Reference.
Here's the kicker.
Oh, they just don't have a ton of opportunities. That's what the kicker's going to be.
They're 29th in opportunities with 314. The only team with worse is the San Francisco Giants.
So in our minds, we don't think they hit well with runners in scoring position.
That's not the truth.
Because it doesn't happen.
Correct.
But when they actually do get runners in scoring position,
they're good.
They're really good. And so this is where you have to go back to the drawing board, and you just got to get runners on base. You got to play Torey Lovello Diamondback baseball, which is create chaos, get on base any way you can, steal bases, put pressure on the opposition, put pressure on that opposing starter.
Give you an example, like the Cubs, who are, league average with runners in scoring position. They're hitting 250. They have 459 plate appearances.
So the more opportunities you get, being league average is okay because you're getting so many chances. You'll be able to make up the difference if you're the Cubs versus a team like the Diamondbacks.
Correct.
Because you get way more chances.
Because I have way more dart throws, essentially, right?
So I'm only getting 25% of the time I'm getting a hit. The Diamondbacks are getting close to 28%. But the theory is I'm making up that 3% because I'm getting 100 plus more opportunities.
Correct.
And over those 100 opportunities, I'll make up the runs.
It'll fall.
It'll fall my way. It's just all about chances. It's all about opportunities. And the Diamondbacks right now are not getting enough of them. And they'll start a 3-game series tonight against a Mets team that has been pitching the ball really well. You're going up against Nolan McLean tonight for the Mets. And the Mets aren't a great team. You took 2 out of 3 from them when you played them earlier, when you were tearing the cover off the ball and winning games left, right, and center on your East Coast road trip, where you went, 6-3?
Correct.
On that road trip.
But this is a very different Mets team than it was 2 weeks ago.
It's a very different Mets team, and it's also a very different Diamondbacks team. I mean, Ryan Nelson goes tonight. Are you comfortable with that? Are you confident in that?
Against Nolan McLean, certainly not.
And so it's just, they've got to get the bats going. We can sit here and talk about the starting pitching. We can talk about the bullpen. None of it matters if this offense is just going to stay around league average all season. And sure, they're going to get Carlos Santana back here in a little bit. Maybe that helps. Maybe he can turn it around from the slow start that he had at the beginning of the year. By the way, did you see Mr. Locklear last night? Home run?
No.
Started for Reno, hit a home run last night on
Okay.
his rehab assignment. So he's going to be back pretty soon. You're going to get Pavin Smith back. Jordan Lawler's coming back soon. You've got Ryan Waldschmidt sitting down there in AAA. So there are options. You've just got to survive until those options become healthy or until, as a team, you feel like somebody like a Ryan Waldschmidt is ready to contribute. You just got to survive right now. We're going to bookend the week with the same take. It's survival mode.
And I do have to say, yesterday, you hate to put this label on this early in the season, but yesterday was a game you really wanted. Because in the midst of a skiing start, you had a gallant start against, not saying Mitch Keller is bad, but he's not Paul Skeens. And, tonight you get Nolan McLean, and you're looking at how you line up against the Mets this weekend, And I don't think any of your pitching matchups are favorable there.
And Eric over on the KDUSAM 1060 YouTube live stream says Alec Thomas's days are numbered. And you do wonder if you start getting to a point where you have to make a roster change to try to do something to spark this offense.
I have a question for you.
And for it to be more consistent, right? Because they did break out for 9 runs the other night. It's
Correct.
just about doing it on an everyday basis and being closer to a top 10 offense than a middle of the road offense.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Is there a center fielder in baseball that he is better than? A starting center fielder.
I can't think of one off the top of my head right now, but I would need to go through and look at everybody's starting center field situations.
I don't think there is.
Is this what you're going to make me do to close out the segment?
I think he's 30th.
I don't know how quickly I'll be able to do this, but I'll give it a shot.
All right, are you ready? I'm just going to go name by name.
Okay, you're going to go team by team. How are you doing this? How are you defining the starting center fielder? Where did you go to look at this?
I did this. Bleacher Report wrote a story to start the year that is giving me their starting center fielders.
Okay.
If I disagree, I'll just come up with.
Okay.
Number Justin Crawford.
I'll take Crawford.
Luis Angel Acuna.
I'll take Acuna.
I think so too, and that was the big one. Jacob Young or Joey Weimer.
Weimer's been really good.
Yeah,
he was really good to start the year at least.
Kyle Isbell.
Is Isbell having a good year? I don't actually know if he's having a good season. On paper, I think I would say Isbell. But just based on what we're getting from
the history of Kyle Isbell.
Well, and just what we're getting so far from.
Yeah, 273, 3 homers, 8 RBIs, 24 hits.
So this story I think I found the story you were looking at. This is from 2025.
I'm looking at one from March 11th, 2026.
Okay, because I see a story from Bleacher Report that is titled the same thing you just read.
Yeah.
And it was from March of 2025.
And I knew this one was 26 because I clicked on that one.
In fairness,
and this one has Justin Crawford.
Okay. And in fairness, you have a track record of.
Yes. And, because I double checked because Jordan Lawler was actually listed as the Diamondbacks.
Okay. So that's, yeah. So we're doing okay.
Yeah. Garrett Mitchell. This one's close.
Alec Thomas is a good defender. I'll Garrett Mitchell.
Cedric Mullins. Stop it.
Mullins? No. Hold on. All I was going to say was Mullins was bad at the end of last year.
Yeah.
And I know he had a decent start to the year. I don't know if that's continued, but I'll take Mullins.
I was going to say, even if it has.
No, I'm going Mullins. Don't you worry.
Cedric Mullins this year. Wow, he's been bad. I'm still taking Mullins, but he's been bad.
He's been bad.
Victor Scott the second.
Give me Alec Thomas.
Yeah, I think that's the only one that's fair. Wencel Perez.
Is he the starting center fielder for Detroit right now? They have Matt Vierling out there. I'm looking at.
I would take either.
Vierling has been okay.
Matt Vierling's my guy.
All right, we'll give it to him.
Yes. It is Vierling by games played. Jake Myers.
I don't like this exercise. Also, they have you talking about the Astros?
Yeah.
They've got Bryce Matthews out there.
Okay, both are better.
So I think Bryce Matthews is better.
Brenton Doyle.
No, Doyle is no. No, give me Alec Thomas.
No way.
Brenton Doyle is a defense only and doesn't really have the speed that Alec Thomas has. No, give me
Colton Cowser. Is he even playing?
I was just going to ask, from this list, is he even playing? Who's even out there? I'm just looking through Fangraphs and trying to pull it together. Leody Taveras is
Leody Taveras has been great.
Yeah, we'll give it to Taveras.
I'll just give it to the Orioles, whoever's out there. Denzel Clark.
I love Denzel Clark.
Okay, I was going to say, because you have an argument there.
No, I love Clark, but no, Lawrence Butler's playing center.
Why?
Isn't Clark hurt? He hurt himself just recently.
Okay.
Within the last week or two.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you that
all
Butler's
right, either way, I'm taking both.
Butler
Law Dog's been bad.
Butler's hitting 179.
What's Thomas hitting?
I think it's like 190, 180. It's not much better, but
Evan Carter.
The Rangers.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm double checking your work now to make sure that these are. Yeah, Evan Carter is playing center field.
Yes, I'm double checking these too.
I mean, he's hitting 180 so far. I'll go. Do I have to pick? Are you going to make me select here? I don't want to.
You don't have to.
I don't want to.
TJ Friedl.
Has Friedl been good? They've got JJ Bleday playing left, Friedl in center, Spencer Steer in right. I haven't watched enough Reds baseball to know that that's
who
what's
does.
going on.
Who watches?
TJ Friedel's hitting 194. We are really. You know what I'm learning from this exercise? Not a lot of good center fielders right now.
Center fielders stink.
Can we get to the good ones, please?
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to go these pretty quick because I don't care what they're hitting this year. I'm taking all of these guys before.
Jacob Marcy, I would take.
Yep.
Luis Robert, I would take.
Harrison Bader,
I would take.
O'Neal Cruz.
I would take him.
Andy Pages.
I mean, potentially is the best hitter in the National League right now.
Rafaela.
I would take Rafaela.
Mike Trout.
Yes, please.
Trent Grisham.
Yes.
Michael Harris.
Yes.
Stephen Kwan.
Yes.
Dalton Varsho.
Yes.
Jackson Merrill.
Yes.
Byron Buxton.
Yes.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yes, although that contract's not going to age well.
No. He's still better than Alec Thomas.
Yeah.
Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'll take all that.
Wow, the center fielders stink.
So it's like there's 15 good center fielders, and then everybody else.
I'm serious. Like Justin Crawford, who on this list was 30th.
Well,
because he's a rookie.
No, but that was also done before the season.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, so
he's probably 16th.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
It's bad. And we took 2, 3 center fielders.
Yeah, it's this whole exercise taught me that position is a struggle.
Yeah, that was a bad exercise. My bad. Hand up, producer for the program.
480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on a Friday edition of the show. Nah, it's Friday. We get weird on a Friday. When we come back, well, it looks like Jacoby Brissett is going to be the starter. Is that the right decision? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The Knicks have won 4 in a row by a combined 135 points. So this is setting up for one of those unbelievable runs or an epic collapse. Is there something that kind of opened the door for you guys playing great against Atlanta and great opening up this series against Philadelphia? Something happened. We thought the Knicks were teetering on the brink when they're down 2-1. All of a sudden, C.J. McCollum is the new Trae Young, and the Knicks postseason is going south.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. For many listeners, a criminal record can feel permanent. Thankfully, Arizona law allows convictions to be set aside and civil rights, including Second Amendment rights, to be restored. For the hundreds of listeners we have assisted to date, the results have been life-changing. If you're ready to find out what's possible for yourself or a loved one, we can help. To book a free consultation today, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
The Psychedelic Furs are back, live. May 28th, 7:30 p.m. at the Celebrity Theater. The Psychedelic Furs. Playing all the hits with special guests. We Are Scientists. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. The Psychedelic Furs, brought to you by Danny Zalisco Presents.
If you're a fan of any sport on the planet, college or pro, then we are right where you want to be.
The place to come when you want to have too much fun.
Real sports fans need a sports book powered by Hard Rock Bet. Follow the money line to Twin Arrows and too much fun.
Twin Arrows.
The best indoor tailgate party in Flagstaff with massive HD screens, cold drinks, game time food specials, and best service is at Arrow Sports Bar. After the game, get back in the game at craps, blackjack, and slots. Now that's too much fun.
The place to come when you want to have too much fun.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Twin Arrows.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. Another day, another Vrabel Rossini update. TMZ reports they rented a boat together in June of 2021 when she was pregnant with her first child. TMZ produced documents showing where each signed for the boat, and a source told the outlet that those two were the only people on the boat. Meanwhile, Patriots quarterback Drake May called Vrabel a, quote, great human being, end quote, on the same day that boat story dropped. Hey, Drake, I think you're confusing solid coach with great human being. A great human being is not running around on his wife with an NFL insider, showing up at a couples-only resort, making out in bars, hanging out in casinos, and renting boats for two. Now, is he the worst human being? No. Is he a great human being? No. You can have your coach's back without calling him a great human being, because he's definitely not that. And before you call your owner a great human being, you might want to Google him first. I'm Jim Rome. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome. Jim Rome here. True story. I married the best person I've ever met, Janet. And not only that, but the best mother I know. So would it not stand a reason that I would get her the very best gift for Mother's Day? Aura Frames. What an absolutely amazing product. I love it so much. And more importantly, she does. Save on gifts that moms love at auraframes.com. For a limited time, get $25 off the Carver mat frame. That's the one we have. You have to use the code ROME, R-O-M-E. Support this show by mentioning the Jim Rome Show at checkout. Terms and conditions do apply. auraframes.com.
The U.S. Treasury just released its official financial report for 2025. Buried in it is a startling admission. By its own numbers, it appears the U.S. government is insolvent. When governments go this deep in debt, they print money, raise taxes, or cut benefits, none of which can help protect you. That's why people move part of their savings into physical gold and silver. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Well, it looks like Jacoby Brissett is going to be the QB1 before we even get to training camp. And while that isn't the most surprising thing, I'm wondering if it is the right thing. And I just have a tough time naming somebody a QB1 that didn't have the results last season when he was the starter. And I don't necessarily love a new head coach coming in, establishing a brand new culture, establishing a brand new identity, and just basically giving the job to Jacoby Brissett. Now, nothing's been made official. There's just a bunch of reporting that's been out there over the last couple of days that Brissett is going to be the starter and has already been informed that he's QB1 while they work out these contract differences. And again, we talked about this earlier in the week. I don't expect that to be a problem. These things always work themselves out. They normally are handled well in advance of any serious deadline. And maybe it's because, and we'll talk about this a little bit later on in the show, I was impressed by what Carson Beck said when he met with the media yesterday. And I've kind of convinced myself that it's perhaps the right idea to make him the starter from week 1, or at least see as much of Carson Beck as you can next season to know what you have. There's just part of me that doesn't love Jacoby Brissett being told he's the starter when last year was as bad as it was. When a new coach is coming in here and he's not immediately setting the standard of everything's earned around here. And I just kind of compare it to Jordan Ott when he got here, right? Did Jordan Ott make it seem like guys were just going to be given roles and given opportunity? It felt like everything was going to be earned.
Everything.
Top to bottom.
Because he wanted to come in and change a culture. And he did.
Isn't that what Mike LaFleur is supposed to be doing? Now, again, I think there's two different simultaneous conversations here. As things currently stand, I think Jacoby Brissett gives the Cardinals the best chance to win. I will agree with that. I think he is the quarterback best equipped to run the offense from day one, from week one, way that it needs to be run in order for the Cardinals to have a chance.
1,000%.
That doesn't mean that he shouldn't have to prove it in camp. That shouldn't mean that he's handed the job in spring from a head coach who hasn't seen him throw just yet. Because remember, Jacoby Brissett is not going to anything right now. He's not showing up to voluntary workouts. And so there's just part of me that doesn't like the way this all looks. At the end of the day, what's going to matter is the results. At the end of the day, what's going to matter is how successful the offense looks with whoever is under quarterback. And again, I'm kind of being swayed by Carson Beck and this idea that he should play a lot of next season. But I just have a tough time with handing somebody the job when he didn't win a game last year as the starter, and you are a brand new head coach, and you want to set the new standard, and immediately it's the same as the old standard. You're not striving for more. How difficult is it for Mike LaFleur to say, we're not naming anybody a starter because we've got a lot of work to do here. We've got a lot of stuff to fix, and spots are going to be earned. Spots are going to be earned in training camp. Everything's going to be earned in training camp. Sure, does Jacoby have the leg up because of his understanding of the system, because he was the starter last year? Sure. But I'm not naming a QB1 right now. I'm not naming a wide receiver 1 right now. I'm not naming a starter at any position right now. You'll know our starters when we put out the first depth chart closer to week 1 of the regular season. That's when you know who our starters are. Everything's earned around here. I'm not naming anybody a starter. We haven't even hit the practice field yet. That's so hard to say.
No.
Is that going to upset anybody in that room?
Not at all, and it shouldn't.
And if it does, I don't know if you're cut out for being a part of the solution here in Arizona, if that bothers you. If after having the worst season in franchise history, the new coach comes in and says, you know what? Nothing's guaranteed around these parts right now. Coming off the worst season in franchise history, that's why I'm here. I'm supposed to be turning this around. And so you know what? Everything's earned around here. Nobody's named a starter until we get deep in the weeds on this. And if you've got a problem with that, you know what? Maybe you'll be playing elsewhere next year. And so I just don't love the way it looks. I don't love the way it feels. It just feels very status quo for an organization that doesn't need to keep the status quo right now. This is an organization that needs to kind of shake some things up a little bit. And Mike LaFleur could have, I think, shaken some things up by saying, no, we're not naming a starter. Now they kind of did, right? They kind of said, oh, we're not naming a QB1. They kind of left the door open, but now we're starting to get some reports that they told Jacoby Brissett that he's QB1. And so I think that was smokescreen for Ty Simpson ahead of the draft. I don't think it was anything serious about, oh, we're just going to evaluate everybody. I think that was, we're trying to keep the door open for Ty Simpson. Because that was said in the last media availability ahead of the draft.
And how do you blame him?
I just don't love the way it feels. And feelings are just that. They're just feelings. The results are what's going to matter. And if the offense looks good under Jacoby Brissett, I don't think I'm going to care as much about this when we get to October. But right now, I just don't love the way this is all going down with this position.
And I don't know if they say that just to calm everybody down. But you walk away from yesterday and it doesn't give you that same oomph that the Suns gave you before the season, right? Like you walked out of Jordan Knott's opening press conference and we sat here and we're like, they may have something. I think they got this right. And I'm not saying that press conferences are everything and that those answers are, the gospel for him. But I don't love it.
And you're naming a guy, the starter, who went 1-11 from you last year. I forgot that he won that Cowboys game. He started that Cowboys game.
That was Brissett?
I forget about that game. Because that was coming out of the bye. We all thought Kyler was going to come back.
It looked good.
And they started Brissett. And that was where we thought, oh, this season's not over just yet.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded to lose every game the rest of the way. This is a guy who's 2-15 in his last 17 starts. So in his last full season worth of starts, he started 5 games in New England. He started 12 games here last year. He is 2-15. And that's a guy that you're naming the starter without having to prove it or earn it or anything like that. And I just don't love the way that looks. I don't love the way that feels.
Not at all.
And
Doesn't feel great. Doesn't look great.
We'll talk about it in hour number 2 of the program. I'm all in on Carson Beck. I'm all in.
It sounded good.
After being all out, after hating the pick, still hate it.
Oh, by the way, it's bad process.
Yes, but I'm in. Let's ride.
If he's good though, you bail yourself out.
Right, you bail. Yeah. Well, if he's good, great process.
Yeah.
Oh, great pick.
They nailed it.
Oh, nailed it.
I never doubted it.
Never a doubt. Wasn't concerned.
We can go back on these airwaves.
Yeah.
I never said anything negative about the pick or Carson Beck.
You will never find it in the podcast.
Now, if he stinks,
we said it first.
Bad process.
We said it was bad process from the get-go. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream, where we moved on to the football conversation. The YouTube chat just continued the baseball conversation. So I don't think they were paying attention to us at all.
Brian, by the way, just want to get to some of Brian's comments.
Do we though?
Yeah, I would like to. I will purchase some Cubs swag. I'll come in with a hat, and we'll ride with this, Brian. We'll ride with this team and this magical run that we are on to win the National League. And I would like to change my World Series pick if allowed due to injury.
No, you're not allowed to change your Detroit Tigers World Series pick.
Who would have thought Scuba would be out in frame for Snakes?
I mean, I got to tell you, Seattle, LA is looking pretty good right now.
Is it?
I
think Seattle's below 500.
I love where I'm at right now.
I'd say the Dodgers have been disappointing.
I love where I'm at right now. I feel really good. I'm a month plus into the season, and
the Padres are making a push for the division.
I'm good. When we come back, the Suns' last season was about getting under the tax. Is that a priority again this year? That's next. The lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert.
Rumors linking the Suns to a potential pursuit of Aaron Gordon. I kind of like it. Now, Aaron Gordon is not a perfect player, but Aaron Gordon checks a lot of boxes for what I think the Suns need. Size, check. He's 6'8" and has years playoff experience. Now, the last time he's played 70-plus games in a season was 3 seasons ago. Well, if you're going to get 50, 60 games of Aaron Gordon, is that a benefit to your team? I think it is.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Hey, it's Audrey from the David Mahoney Morning Show. So much of what makes a family happy is what takes place in our homes. And some of that is creating a mess, whether it's picking up a kid from soccer practice, baseball practice, and all of that yuck being brought into your home carpets or onto your hardwood or tile. And Zero Res actually has something that can help. They can handle every single surface in your homes, like carpets, tile, grout, hardwood, LVP, stone, upholstery, rugs, and even air ducts. I've recently used Zero Res, and they do an amazing job. And I have pets, okay? And my pets might be dirtier than your kids. Actually, after further review, probably not. But this month, get Zero Resified starting at just $45 per room and get an air duct cleaning starting at just $4.99. You owe it to yourself and to your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res right now at 480-507-2419 or go online at ZeroResPhoenix.com and say you want the KDUS special. Spell it backwards or forwards. It all spells the same. Zero Res.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorney.
Sweet James, the only firm to call if you're hurt in a crash. 800-9-million and sweetjames.com.
Weezer, The Gathering, live in Phoenix. Playing at Mortgage Matchup Center October 20th with special guests, The Shins and Silver Sun Pickups. Get tickets now at livenation.com. 3 incredible bands for one night only. Weezer, The Shins, and Silver Sun Pickups. For more, visit Weezer.com.
With a Global credit card, you earn reward points for every purchase. Use your rewards at checkout at many of your favorite stores, or use points instead of cash when you shop online. You can even use them to book a flight up to 3 days in advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque? Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your Global Credit Card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
Big fat news. Del yeah. Big fat tacos are back at Del Taco. Get these toasty flatbread tacos with seasoned beef, grilled chicken, or carne asada steak. Right now, grab 2 grilled chicken big fat tacos for just $6 small. Need a little something extra? For a limited time, score Del's classic snack tacos with seasoned beef and fresh house grated cheddar for just 59 cents each. Only at Del Taco. Price and participation may vary.
AAA membership travels with you in any car, whether driver or passenger. It's 24/7 expert help with towing, battery, and branch services across the valley. Join AAA for less than $6 a month and add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today.
Join the Rooster this Friday for a special edition of MMA Friday live from RTO Sullivan's. Starting at 4:30 p.m. this Friday, join the Rooster as he breaks down this weekend's fights with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis. From fighter prospects, fighter histories, and the latest betting lines, Rooster has everything you need to know before the fights begin. A special edition of MMA Friday with Rooster from 4:30 to 5:45 p.m. leading up to ASU baseball this Friday right here on KDUS AM 1060.
While it wasn't explicitly said, I do think one of the underlying goals for the Phoenix Suns last offseason was cleaning up some of their financial issues. And we'll put issues in air quotes because they've got a very rich owner that hasn't shied away from the idea of spending money, right? But you do get penalized for being a luxury tax team. You get penalized for going over the first apron. We know all too well the penalties for being a second apron team and what that limits you to do. And so I was reading over on the Sun Sports Illustrated site, a offseason primer. Brendan Mao wrote this that looked at the Suns salary cap situation. And as it sits right now, the Suns are on the hook for $185.6 million for next season, before the offseason even begins. And that includes with Colin Gillespie being a free agent, Mark Williams being a free agent, Jordan Goodwin being a free agent. Doesn't include those guys being back on the team. So this is everybody who's under contract for next season. $185.6 million. The luxury tax is set at $200.4. The first apron is $209, and the second apron is $221.7. And I think the Suns made some trades, right? They got rid of Nick Richards last year, and the idea behind that was, well, one, we're not playing him. We want to give more time to Kaman Malawach, but also moving his contract gets us under the luxury tax number so that we aren't penalized, and as a repeater team, we don't get hit with the repeater tax, right? And so that was kind of the methodology behind what they decided to do at the trade deadline. So now going into next season, is that as big of a deal for Matt Ishbia and the Phoenix Suns? And I think the right way to look at this is Matt Ishbia is not going to allow that luxury tax number, the $200.4 million, be the reason he doesn't bring back Colin Gillespie, the reason that he doesn't bring back Mark Williams, the reason that he doesn't bring back Jordan Goodwin. Right? He is not going to allow that limited $15 million space be the reason why those guys aren't back here. If they want to have those guys here, they will go past that number in order to make that happen. Where I do think there are some serious actual financial conversations is when you start talking about the aprons. Because the luxury tax number, that's just cash out of Matt Ishbia's pocket. And I will give him a ton of credit. He said this. Fans don't care about a tax bill. They don't care that an owner has to pay a tax because they went over a number. They care about winning. They care about a team that's successful. And if that requires the owner to spend a little bit more money, they shouldn't have to worry about that. Now, where I do think there's an actual argument to be concerned is when we start getting into these aprons, the first apron and the second apron, because those are not just taxes and penalties. Those are your draft picks get frozen. You can't swap salaries. You can't aggregate salaries. Now you start putting actual limitations on your team building abilities. That's where I would say, let's pump the brakes. Let's try to make sure we never have to talk about a Phoenix Suns team that is a second apron team until they are absolutely ready to be a second apron team. Because the last time they were not ready. They had too many flaws the last time around. They were not a complete team. They needed to make moves, and they couldn't. Why? Because they were over the second apron. They could not aggregate salaries. They couldn't take back more money than they were giving out. They had frozen draft picks that, by the way, they're still dealing with the ramifications of that. So that's what happens when you go over these thresholds. The luxury tax, don't worry about that. That's money in Matt Ishbia's pocket, and he has made it very clear he is willing to pay that if he feels like it's the right thing to do, if the team actually needs him to go over that number. Where I do think you need to put up some self-imposed roadblocks, some self-imposed detours, is when it comes to these aprons. I don't think the Phoenix Suns need to go over $221.7 million for next season. That's $37 million from where they sit right now. They shouldn't go over that. What's Colin Gillespie going to cost? $10, $12 million? What's Mark Williams going to cost? $14 to $20 million? What's Jordan Goodwin going to cost? You got some exemptions that you can use?
You have room.
And that doesn't include a potential trade of Grayson Allen or Royce O'Neal, who those two guys combined account for $28 million.
Correct.
So you could, in theory, move those two guys, bring back the three players in question, and only really hit your balance, the $15 million that we're talking about, maybe eat up $10 million of it. So there's a world where you can actually still stay under the luxury tax, or at least be close to it. But to me, you want to go over the luxury tax to keep these guys? That's fine. That doesn't worry me. That's just money that Matt Ishbia has to pay. It's the aprons where I start to get a little worried. It's the aprons that are going to limit Brian Gregory. And while I'm a fan, and he's completely changed my opinion of him as a team builder, I still don't know if I want a inexperienced GM handcuffed to those levels just yet.
100%.
I want him to be a little bit more comfortable in his team building ability and have a couple of years and a couple of off seasons and a couple of drafts in his back pocket so he knows how to maneuver this stuff a little bit better. And then maybe a couple years down the road, you're a second apron team because Brian Gregory knows how to maneuver a little bit more.
To have a little wiggle room.
You don't want to do that in your second season. That just feels like egregious. So luxury tax, sure. Maybe you can convince me to go over the first apron if you need to. But that second apron, you should be nowhere near the, $221.7 million? No. There's no reason the Phoenix Suns should be going over that. So the luxury tax, yes, it was somewhat of a priority in the middle of the season, but this year I don't think it is. I think what's most important and what should remain the most important thing is staying under those apron thresholds to stop limiting your ability to maneuver and make trades. Flexibility, right? That doomed the team 2 years ago. The only contract that they could move was Bradley Beal's because they didn't want to move Durant. They didn't want to move Devin Booker. So the only big money deal that they could move that could make it work was Bradley Beal. And he had a no trade clause and nobody wanted him. That contract plus being a second apron team spelled disaster for the Suns' ability to make in-season changes and adjustments. They will never do that again until they are sure they are ready. And if there's one thing we've heard, it is patience. So I don't see them doing that this upcoming offseason. Maybe they flirt with that first apron number. I think they go over the luxury tax number probably. But they firmly stay under that second apron, as they should. That is the right thing to do from a long-term team-building perspective. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, can Randy Bennett turn ASU basketball around? We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Was Kevin Durant out because it is a 7-game series and we could afford to lose a game? Maybe. I was surprised to see him on the bench. Everyone was surprised. The odds makers were surprised. Who knew that the Houston Rockets without Durant can't find someone to make a bucket? You know, Sengun's a very good player, and in years past, he might have been the guy to try and carry the load, but it didn't look good at all for the Rockets without KD.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Chicago Sticks, the Windy Cities Tour. Finally, two iconic bands together for the first time. September 1st, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Chicago and Sticks. All the hits, your kind of tour.
When you hear crunch, whine, boing, Alaskan AC will arrive to fix it in less than 24 hours from the first crunch, whine, boing. No matter what kind of crunch, whine, or boing your AC is making, we fix it on your schedule.
That's huge. We guarantee to be there in 24 hours or less, or the repair is free.
We not only get there fast, we polar bear promise we'll get the job done right. We believe you deserve fresh air free of humidity in every room of your home, and you should never hear crunch, whine, boing. If you do, call Alaskan AC, and we guarantee we'll be there in under 24 hours. If we don't make it, your repair will be free.
No matter how big the crunch,
boing, or whine.
Wait, I thought I was whine.
You're crunch. I'm crunch. You're boing. I don't think I'm boing. Gary's more of a boing than me.
William is crunch.
Schedule now and tell us who boing is. Only at AlaskanAC.com.
Another weekend of ASU baseball starts right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils this Friday as they get ready to take on Oklahoma State. Head coach Larry Bloomquist is more than ready to lead his team to another series-opening win. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, live. It's ASU versus Oklahoma State this Friday night. Pregame at 5:45 p.m. and first pitch at 6:05 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS.com and the KDUS app.
Producer Evan, can I have a quick sidebar before I talk about Randy Bennett and ASU basketball?
Of course you can.
Jeremiah Love today, as evident by the social media picture, took out a pen and signed his, $53.9 million fully guaranteed 4-year deal?
Yes. On the highest guaranteed contract for a running back in the NFL.
On the same day that just a moment ago, literally during the last commercial break, and I just find this juxtaposition funny. Breece Hall just signed a long-term deal with the New York Jets. 3 years, $45.75 million. And it's not all fully guaranteed the way Jeremiah Love's contract is. So if you just want a chief example of why people were not on board with the value proposition of taking Jeremiah Love number 3 overall, on the day that Jeremiah Love signs his fully guaranteed, nearly $54 million contract, one of the best young running backs in the sport signed a 3-year deal worth $45 million, and not all that's guaranteed. So Jeremiah Love better be good.
Says it all.
I mean, he better be great.
He better be great.
I mean, that is just a complete juxtaposition of why maybe you don't draft a running back number 3 overall. Okay, sorry. The excitement about Randy Bennett, and I am very excited about Randy Bennett. Was introduced to the media yesterday, talked about how he never thought he was really going to leave St. Mary's except for one job. There was always one job that he would leave, but he was comfortable there, and it was the ASU job. And here he is at this stage of his career, taking over this challenge, and he relished the challenge. Everything he talked about, the conference, what this program means. I mean, he embraced the idea of trying to turn this program around. And by the way, I don't want to say that this is like Kenny Dillingham, because I do think there are some differences. But just think of the excitement right now that exists around ASU basketball. You have a head coach from St. Mary's who all he did was win. Not to go all DJ Khaled on everybody, but all Randy Bennett did at St. Mary's was win basketball games and put the team in the tournament. That's all he did. 20-plus win seasons, just was a winner at St. Mary's. So you come with that pedigree. Do you know, I looked this up this morning. According to 247 Sports, a top 10 transfer portal class ASU has. The transfer portal, ASU, in all of college basketball, top 10 in the transfer portal. 3 4-stars coming over. And it's not all St. Mary's kids. There's 2 guys in there. They got a kid from LSU. I think they have a transfer coming from Boston University, BU. They've got guys from all over the place that Randy Bennett and his staff have identified that are going to help turn this program around. And you know the other thing that gets me kind of excited, and this may be taken as a cheap shot. It's not intended to be. The bar isn't that high for Randy Bennett next season. He doesn't have to do a whole lot next year to re-energize the fan base. If this team plays competent, competitive basketball, and they are in an expanded tournament field next year of 76 teams, if they make the tournament, that's going to be a wildly successful season. When Kenny got here, it was the bottom of the floor. I mean, it was rock bottom as a program. He didn't need to do much to rejuvenate a fan base. And that first year was rough. It was rough for Kenny in that first season. But everybody knew what the plan was, and everybody bought in because they could see the signs of it. And so all Randy Bennett has to do, and it's actually a pretty easy thing to pull off, he just has to raise the floor of this team. And the floor is so low that it basically feels impossible for a guy with that pedigree. When they got Bobby Hurley, it was a couple years at Buffalo. It wasn't a coach that has the pedigree that Randy Bennett has.
Bobby Hurley felt like he had pedigree because of his playing days. But as a coach, he was a relative unknown. He coached a little bit at Buffalo, a very much smaller school.
I think it was 2 seasons.
He had a way smaller resume than what Randy Bennett has. Way smaller.
And so you bring over that pedigree with a highly touted transfer portal class, with a coach who's won, with a program that's desperate. They are desperate for competency. I mean, I don't want to speak for all ASU Hoops fans, but if they're playing meaningful basketball at the end of February into March in the conference tournament, that's a win. No matter if they are a first-round exit in the tournament, if they win a game, it doesn't matter. If they are, think about this past season. You knew in December that it was over. You knew probably 2 years ago, the writing was on the wall here. And you couldn't, I'll just speak for myself, you couldn't get into it because you just knew. You knew what the ceiling was. You knew it wasn't very high. The floor was just going lower and lower. And so Randy Bennett, a guy with this type of pedigree, is just set up so well for success. And that's what gets me so excited, is that I think you're going to see it right away.
And he's going to have more resources than he ever had at St. Mary's. And I think we're already seeing that.
And he's already showing off his ability to recruit and bring guys with him from St. Mary's to go get guys. They picked up a kid from LSU. They've got talent that they've brought in here. And it doesn't feel like, it felt like at times Bobby Hurley was chasing the big fish in recruiting, right?
One of the big ones, Cole Pete.
Chasing the big fish. Randy Bennett doesn't give me that aura.
No, he doesn't.
It's I know what we're working with.
Here's how we can make this work.
Here's how we can take what we have now and build a really good team. And I'm not going to get caught searching for the big fish. If the big fish wants to come here a couple years down the road, we'll entertain it. But I am not going to sacrifice my team building ability, which he showed at St. Mary's. I am not going to sacrifice that chasing the big fish. And so you may not know any of the names I bring in recruiting. You may not know any of the names I bring in the transfer portal. But you know what? I'm building a team. I'm not chasing stars. I'm not chasing 3, 4-star, 5-star recruits, top recruits in the country. I'm building a team. And that's a stark difference, I think. And so I'm ready to go. It's May. Let's go. Let's ride.
I'm pumped.
Hour number 2 of the program coming up next. It's the lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James. your accident attorneys.
If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle crash, you're probably asking, who do I trust? There's only one firm to call, the attorneys at Sweet James. Here's what makes them different. Many of the Sweet James attorneys used to represent insurance companies, so they know how they work and what comes next. Sweet James steps in, takes over, helps you get the right doctors, and handles your case so you can focus on healing. They fight to get you the most money possible and help you get back on the road. They've recovered over $2 billion for injured accident victims, and you pay nothing unless they win. Call for a free case review, 800-9-million, 800-900-0000, and sweetjames.com.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorneys.
A small commitment, at least one day a week, helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Ride public transportation. Carpool. Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Hey, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. An engagement ring might be one of life's biggest purchases. That's why our rings come with an all-inclusive free lifetime warranty that gives you peace of mind without any fine print. How can we offer such an incredible warranty? We take pride in crafting our rings with care and stand behind our quality craftsmanship. After all, this is a family heirloom you'll own forever. Bring in your ring for cleaning, resizing, and repairs anytime you want. We'll make sure it's as sparkly and secure as the day you bought it, fixing prongs, replacing side stones, and so much more. This type of maintenance could cost you $2,000 or more somewhere else. Under our warranty, it's all free. We even protect your diamond. Other warranties don't. Our rings are crafted to last. But in the rare case you lose your diamond, we'll replace it. At Shane Company, your engagement ring purchase isn't just a one-time transaction. We're here to be your jeweler for life, because a friend always has your back. Come by to learn more in store or visit shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hour number 2 on a Friday, which you know what that means, 1 hour till the weekend. I wonder if we need a special Friday.
I got to tell you, it's 1 hour of the weekend for you.
Yeah, you've got a rough one today. You're doing a lot today. Do we want to talk about it here?
We can talk about it here.
We're going to do weekend winners here in a little bit. You are not one of them. You are not.
Loser.
You are not a weekend winner. So you are pulling the rare. This is a rare for us. You're pulling a triple header today.
I am, yeah.
So you're doing this show. You're doing the special edition of the Sports Zoo with Rooster on an MMA Friday. He starts at 4:30 today. ASU baseball starting at 5:45. So he's going 4:30 up until baseball starts at 5:45. And then you're hanging out with Tim Healy. You're pushing the buttons for ASU baseball tonight.
Correct.
The rare triple header.
It's a rare triple header.
It's just the way the schedule broke. We needed some coverage. And so you're doing it all today.
And this
is your least favorite part of the day for sure.
This is the hardest show to get through.
Of course. Big ego you got to deal with on this side of the glass.
Yes. Yeah. No egos later in the day.
I'm really difficult to work with. So.
Extremely. Big game for ASU tonight. Oklahoma State, who I believe stinks.
No, they're okay. It's Houston, who they play next week to finish out the regular season. They're not very good.
Yes, that's who it is.
Yeah, you're jumping ahead a full week.
Which I was thinking maybe we get a mercy tonight.
I don't know if that will help you. Because it may still take just as long to score that many runs. I don't know.
Yeah, because it still can't happen until the 7th?
Yeah, it's the
6th.
I don't know. I think it could be the 5th.
Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. Anyway,
buy or sell. While you set it up, I'll look it up for you.
Everybody, welcome to Buy or Sell, where we buy or sell.
It is 10 runs after 7.
Yeah.
Or 6 if the home team is ahead.
Okay. The hottest takes in the Valley. Carson Beck will be the starter by Game 10 this year.
Excuse me? Carson Beck will be the starter by Game 10. What I think is going to happen or what I want to happen?
What you think is going to happen?
I don't know what I think is going to happen. This is really hard. My finger is in between the two buttons. Week 10?
Yes.
That feels a little early. What I want to happen? Yes.
Week 10 doesn't feel that. Like Tyler Shuck was playing by their 10th game.
Listen, I will very happily take the L on this if they start him earlier.
Yeah. It feels a little late.
Because while I'm like
if they start, 1-8, you make a change, right?
If they start 1-8. Jacoby Brissett will be 2-19 as the Cardinals starter. If they don't make a change at that point, what are we doing? Do I even have a drop that would accurately describe what a 2-19 Jacoby Brissett? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe this. I mean, that's really all I got.
The alignment.
No, not aligned. No, that would be very bad.
Ugh.
I mean, maybe you got to do something. I mean, please, at that point, save us.
If they start, 2-19 in his starts, you would have to move on. You would have to.
I mean, he won a game. We are going to have some of those tough conversations. Oh, no. They will not be tough conversations. They will be very easy conversations. You're supposed to be better prepared. Yeah. And you know what, Jacoby? You weren't.
Last night's homer will break Corbin Carroll out of his mini slump.
He lost his last 9 games. If he loses,
we're still on Brissett.
If he loses to start the year, it'll be 10 straight losses as the starter. I mean, how long do you give him? And I don't think Jacoby Brissett is a 1-11 quarterback. But at some point, the results have to speak for themselves.
They don't lie.
If you're trying to change a culture, you can't just keep running out there a guy who keeps losing in your uniform.
Correct.
Who's going to start the year 2-15 in his last 17 starts. In his last full season as a starter, he's the number 1 overall pick.
Yes.
That's how bad he is. I'm sorry. Corbin Carroll hit a home run yesterday. You asked me if that will break him out of his slump. Yes.
Like that. Way more positive.
I mean, I will tell you, I did pick him to finish top 3 in the MVP.
Yes.
And he got off to just a blistering start.
You're falling behind.
You are. And this is going to upset some people. Are you that surprised? Because if you remember, and this was around the time that you started the show, I said Corbin Carroll's not a 280, 290 guy anymore.
Yeah.
He sacrificed some average for some pop. He's hitting 264. I think we'd have to go back and find it. It may take a little bit of work. This is where AI would be great for this program. I think I said at the time that the best you're probably going to see from Corbin Carroll is 270, 280. Because he's sacrificing some big-time swings to hit more home runs.
Yeah. Trying to get 10 more out
So 264 is kind of right.
And in this Grand Canyon of a stadium they play in, you're going to need some pop.
So I'm not all that worried about Corbin Carroll right now.
The D-backs really, quote, want to take at least 2 of 3 this weekend.
Oh, of course. I mean, you can't. I know we said earlier in the week you just got to survive and you just have to make sure you don't get swept. But if you keep losing 2 out of every 3, you keep dropping games in the standings. By the time we get to game 60, they are not going to be in the position that we think they need to be in to have a chance in the second half of the year. And they're just not.
So I want to thank Code. I am being an Iron Man today.
You walked into my office today. You sat down in your chair, and you said, got my stretching done early this morning, and I was so confused because it was the first thing you said to me, and you're like, yeah, I got to run my marathon today. Like,
Marathon of producing radio today.
I mean, if we're gonna rank them by difficulty, I think this show is the hardest.
Just because I talk,
you're just more. Yeah, you just do more on this.
I'm more
show.
active.
You're my
naturally.
co-host for this show.
Yeah.
With baseball,
I don't do anything.
You're just making sure everything's good for Tim. You just hit buttons.
That one inherently a little more difficult in the fact that like I'm gonna have to cut highlights.
I know, but it's. I mean, you want to talk about a pro's pro. I mean, you got Tim Healy.
Yes.
I'm a Yahoo in comparison.
Okay, I actually think that this is the
hardest.
I think this is the second hardest.
You think hanging out with Rooster? That's our guy, though.
Rooster's our guy, but sometimes Rooster brings me in the fold when I'm not expecting it.
Well, that's why they call it the sports zoo. You just never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. I think the old promo that we have, I don't know if it's still
with
runs.
This show, I prep.
It says it gets a little crazy with the Rooster. It does. We love our guy, but it's a little crazy.
Zach Gallen needs to simply be better if this team wants to compete for a wild card spot.
Yeah.
He's been bad.
I mean, bad's a little harsh.
What do you think Zach Allen's ERA is?
I think Zach Allen's ERA is 4.7.
Okay. Wow. Did you look that up?
I mean, I saw the stat yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
It's my guy. Of course I know his statistics.
It's 4.7, and it's bad. A 1-3 record out there. Guy stinks.
I mean, they need him. They need him and Merrill Kelly to be better.
Yes. Merrill will be better. I don't know about him. Because this is like a thing with Zach Allen that the end of last year now feels like an anomaly.
That's a really interesting way to frame it, but you feel way more comfortable saying Merrill Kelly's going to find it, and this is just who Zach Allen is, and you almost have to kind of work around it.
Yeah.
I read a story. It was an athletic story naming pitchers that were going to get traded at the deadline or most likely candidates, and Zach Gallen was on it, and I was like, we're really doing this again? I mean, they couldn't get a taker at the deadline last year, and it hasn't gotten any better.
It may have gotten worse. Now, things were bad at the deadline last year.
I mean, I'm going to sound like a Zach Allen defender here. You can't ignore
a Zach Allen.
You can't ignore after the trade deadline, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yes, but it just wasn't enough.
No. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying that sample size, that's not like saying, 2022 Zach Allen.
But that feels like an anomaly.
I just need the second half post-trade deadline Zach Allen to show up. Why? What happened in that stretch that's not repeatable right now?
But that was the outlier.
Clearly. I mean, yes. Because he's gone right back to being first half of last year's Zach
In a
Allen.
2-year sample size, it's been 2 months.
I know, but it's not 2 starts. It's not 3 starts.
8.
I mean, that's close to a third of what a guy starts that he makes in a season. That's not nothing.
Okay, so he was good for a third of a season, but he was unplayably bad in the beginning half of the season.
It wasn't smoke and mirrors how he was doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just it is fascinating to me that guy can go through an offseason, come back to the same team. It's not like he was that good. He went someplace else and he's struggling because he's trying to get used to a new city. He came back to the place, basically the only place he's known in his career. And he just can't find that again. It's fascinating.
It is fascinating. The Suns will stay under the first apron.
Ooh, first apron. They've got some exemptions. I'm going to err on the side of caution. It's really close. I mean, it's only like $20 million from where they're at now.
Yeah, they're really not far.
It's not that far.
No, not at all.
And I tend to think, by the way, shout out to our guy Ben Garcia. I saw a rumor today that one of the two names that the Suns are interested in this offseason, Dean Wade, his guy that Tuesday.
Been campaigning for hard. Outside of our show, too.
Oh, yeah, that's his guy.
His guy.
He's been talking about him on Locked On Suns all the time, yeah. I just don't think you do all of that and stay under everything. Now,
it feels almost impossible.
Hey, Brian Gregory, show me something. I said I'm going to learn a lot about how you can team build and how you can maneuver. Last year, kind of paint by numbers. This year, you a lot of different pathways you can pick. If he's able to do all of this and we're like $1 million over the tax number, I mean,
great job.
Executive of the year before the season even starts. But I expect them to go over the luxury tax and to really flirt with that first apron.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
And then, and the only reason why I'm hedging is because while we've talked about it, I don't know what the appetite is to move Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal. I know everybody likes to throw it out there as these are the two most likely guys to get traded, and here's X, Y, and Z reasons why you trade them. And
I think it's. You think the appetite's larger to move Allen than it is O'Neal?
Yes.
I think so too.
But I don't know if the appetite is that strong at all. I don't know. I know why we think they should move them.
Yes.
But I don't know if they feel that same urgency the way we do.
I think that's fair. But I think they will end up moving at least one of the two.
Oh, impromptu, I'll buy that.
Okay.
I think it may be both, but
I think it could be both. I think it could be both. The D-backs will finish this 60-game stretch under 500.
Yeah, I mean, with what I'm seeing right now, what do you need to see?
What redeeming qualities are there?
No, what do you need to see to make you feel like that's possible? That they would be above 500 by the time we get to
the
game
staff
60?
Be way better. Merrill Kelly and Zach Allen be better.
That's all you need?
I just think with health, like the bats are going to wake up.
Oh, okay, we keep saying that. We keep saying it. It's May 8th now. It's May 8th, and Ketel Marte's hitting like 204. Geraldo Perdomo's hitting under 250. Like, I hear you. We're still talking about less than 45 games played in what is a 162-game season. So there is still a lot left to play. But this isn't 2 weeks into the season. We're talking about a decent sample where Ketel Marte hasn't been Ketel Marte, where Geraldo Perdomo hasn't been Geraldo Perdomo. It's a large enough sample to make you wonder, was last year from Perdomo an aberration? Should we have traded Ketel Marte last winter and sold high? Those are real legitimate questions that I don't fault you if you're thinking of with the way this has started. Now, I still think it's early, but if we get to Memorial Day in 2 weeks and you're still saying that, I think we've got a problem.
I think that's fair.
Like Houston, we've got a problem. Like, I don't think the bats are going to turn it around. You can't just keep saying, and I'm not, sorry, I don't mean to yell at you.
No.
But I just don't think you can keep saying, oh, these guys.
The bats are going to wake up.
They'll figure it out. Will they? Maybe long-term they will, but for this season, something isn't going right. So they're going to have to. It's getting close to that turning point. It's getting close to that. You gotta either do it or it's not going to happen. And you know what? I don't want to put the cart too far in front of the horse, but it doesn't matter if you get hot in August and September when you're already out of it and you make your numbers at the end of the season look good. It matters how you play now when the season's still hanging in the balance. And so far, you're talking about a slightly above average offense. That is nowhere near what they need to be if they're going to win this 60-game sprint. Sorry, I felt like I got a little yelly there.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Maybe a little.
I'm sorry.
Ryan Waldschmidt. This is one you put on layaway yesterday.
So yesterday, I have to.
But it was because he got hit.
I know, but you're going to give it back to me today?
Yeah, because he played last night in center.
I know.
Did you see his diving catch?
He's my guy.
Did you see his diving catch?
He can play out there.
Ryan Walshman will be called up.
Sorry, I just watched it again just because of how good it was.
In center field.
By the way, he hit a single last night.
111
miles an hour. So what did you at? What was the take?
He'll be called up in the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks. This is my heart speaking. They need to. I mean, you can't. You can do this, right? As a manager, you can get up there and say this. I don't think it's wise because I think everybody will see right through it. But you can't get up there and tell me that Ryan Walshman isn't a better option than Alec Thomas every day in center field right now. You can't convince me of it. I'm sorry. You can't convince me that Ryan Walshman needs more time. Sure, he might need more time. I've got a team offensively that needs anything, that needs a spark. And I've got a guy who plays a position of need on my team right now. It's a 1-to-1. We need a center fielder. We've got a really good center fielder. You can't convince me that it's not the right thing to do.
100%. By the way, I'm cracking up. This single by Ryan Walshman is hit at Sutter Health Park. That's where they played last night, which is also where the A's play. And it's
so they were playing. What is it? I think is it Rancho
Cucamonga?
Yeah. Who play out there and that's the A's.
Is it the A's?
I think it's the A's AAA team, isn't it?
I'll look it up.
Oh, I can look it up. Rancho. Oh, they're called the Quakes.
That's awesome.
No.
Sacramento River Cats.
Oh, that's what the RC means.
And they're the Giants.
So we couldn't have been more. I mean, that was.
It's the Sacramento River Cats, and they are the Giants AAA affiliate.
Yeah. John comes in now. Oh, the Giants. Thanks, John. You couldn't save us 90 seconds ago before we did this? I mean, what are you there for if not? I mean, you're the Giants guy. You're supposed to save us from a mistake like that. What are you doing? I mean, are you sleeping? What's going on? It's a Friday.
I'm telling you, we need to upgrade Sutter Health. The A's just need to play there.
By the way, it looks like they're trying to bring a team to Sacramento. Baseball.
Yeah, because they're getting good.
John says way off. Rancho is a single A team. Again, you could have said that 2 minutes ago. Oh, I was eating lunch. Code says Chris is in a boiling rage this segment. Yeah,
it might be time to throw it to commercial. With that being said, that's all I got for you.
I'm gonna take a timeout. I'm gonna do a lap. Although I will tell you what we're doing in the next segment could bring me right back there. I can't promise that we're not gonna go right back into being in a boiling rage. But I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna walk back to my office. I'm gonna take a lap. And then when we come back, Carson Beck met the media yesterday. And boy, was he impressive. That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. For many listeners, a criminal record can feel permanent. Thankfully, Arizona law allows convictions to be set aside and civil rights, including Second Amendment rights, to be restored. For the hundreds of listeners we have assisted to date, the results have been life-changing. If you're ready to find out what's possible for yourself or a loved one, we can help. To book a free consultation today, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
You're invited to a very special evening with Boz Scaggs, live in concert. Rhythm Review Tour 2026. Boz Scaggs performing all the hits and more for one night only. Live at Mesa Arts Center, Saturday, September 26th. Boz Scaggs, live in Mesa, Arizona. Get tickets now at mesaartscenter.com.
Hello?
Hey, sis. Got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsburg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsberg.com.
If you're a pro, you know you need paint and primer fast. And the Home Depot has you covered with same-day or next-day deliveries so you can stay on site and on schedule. Get high-quality Behr paints and Kills primers delivered right to your job site. And with the Home Depot app, reordering is faster than ever. Just pick your paint, track your order, and get your go-to color in no time. No delays, no extra trips, just the paint and primer you need when you need it. The Home Depot. How pros get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. The Cavaliers made it clear they're all in on winning now. Donovan Mitchell is your star. The franchise doubled down by extending Evan Mobley while trading for 11-time All-Star James Harden. On paper, those are win-now moves. Through 2 games in the second round, they've looked more like expensive misfires. Mobley and Harden are making just under $100 million combined this season. That investment hasn't translated to success. Harden has produced more turnovers than made field goals through the first 2 games. Mobley's game 2 stat line, less than 10 points and just 1 rebound. Nowhere near the impact of a max-level big man. Now, that doesn't mean that the players or player isn't talented. It just means they aren't performing up to Cleveland's investment. Right now, Mitchell looks like Cleveland's only reliable pillar, while Mobley and Harden have yet to justify their price tags. If things don't change quickly, aggressive spending won't be remembered as ambition, more like miscalculation. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. Let me get personal here. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better than that. Right, Todd? Wouldn't you say that Dude Wipes gets a whole lot better?
Much better.
Thank you. So no matter the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered, confidently covered. They comfortably clean up what TP leaves behind. For no more maintenance wipes, no way. Irritation, not a chance. Time to make the trade of the season and switch from toilet paper to wet, extra-large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Made from 99% water and plant-sourced fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint chill and shea butter to protect your end zone. Join the movement for cleaner movements and live in a skid-free zone. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, hands down.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Go Bowling at the Glen event at Watkins Glen International.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Field works their way 2 by 2. They bunch together in the middle of the tri-oval.
Heads to New York.
Oh, we got trouble. One car, his spot is the second spot. Lots of white smoke. It was Eric Jones.
For a Mother's Day trip around the Glen.
Side by side. Oh, Ryan Preece will break loose. They're crashing mid-pack. Carson Hocevar will come to the line.
It's the Go Bowling at the Glen.
This Sunday, 11 a.m. on KACG 1440 and the KDUS 1060 app.
Welcome back to the lunch break. I've calmed down. I went for a nice little walk. I'm zen now. After virus. I'm gonna try to keep it.
Have you ever seen Parks and Rec?
You know what? It's not a show that I have sat down and watched. No,
There's like
I've seen
this
clips
one-
of it, but I've never watched episodes.
There's like this one radio show they always go on to like promote their things.
Is it very zen like I just was?
Yes, and it's this older guy talking like really slow, really calm.
Like this. Just nice and calm.
Like today, like it's just so funny.
I just imagine somebody who just flipped over, who's maybe missed the first, 90 minutes of the show. They're catching us. They have no idea what preceded this. But I kind of yelled at producer Evan, not towards him. I wasn't mad at him, but I just yelled at him in the last segment about the Diamondbacks, about Zach Allen in particular. And so I needed to relax and just.
Hey, you need to calm down.
I need to cool off a little bit. And
this is gonna make you more hot.
Well, it certainly could. I could let it bother me. But I'm going to choose to just be very positive about it because I thought Carson Beck was really impressive yesterday. And I'll use the word that we used in our morning meeting to describe how Carson Beck came off yesterday. He came off like a professional. He came off not as a rookie, somebody who's just getting his career started. Now, I think the reason why he was able to be so professional yesterday is he's 24 years old. He's not one of these younger QB prospects that hasn't played a whole lot in college, and the lights now have gotten brighter, the stage has gotten bigger, and it can feel a little daunting. Carson Beck has played for some big programs. He's played a lot of college football. He's played a lot of really important college football games. And he's 24 years old. And so it doesn't surprise me that he was able to be as professional and come off as the common collectiveness that I'm trying to have in this segment. Carson Beck had yesterday. And I saw the note that afterwards he went up to every single member that was in the room and shook their hand, said hello, and said, I'm going to do my best to try to remember everybody's name. And so he was just a professional. And that at the end of the day, he's got to go out there on the field and do it. He's going to have to win this battle with his arm. But I am coming to a place, despite hating the process, hating the idea that they used a pick on a quarterback that apparently at the time they weren't planning on taking a QB, but they just found themselves in that spot. And again, Carson Beck was not my favorite prospect in this class. But with the professionalism that he showed yesterday, understanding that if we're going to utilize that pick to its fullest, he needs to play a lot next year. The best thing that can happen for the Arizona Cardinals is for him to have an absolutely awesome training camp. And I'll play the drop. We are going to have some of those tough conversations. That's the best thing that can happen this summer.
For him to force that conversation.
And he may not win it. They've already said Jacoby Brissett is the QB1. So unless Jacoby gets hurt, I don't think there's anything that Carson Beck can do. But if Carson Beck every single day, or at least more days than not, is being talked about in a positive light at the end of camp, I think that is the best thing that can happen this summer for the Arizona Cardinals. Because I think the best thing that can happen next year is you play him as many games as possible.
And you get an answer. Right, like outside of that is you would have an answer on whether we can trust him for the next season and what we have in our building or we don't.
And it's much harder to do that when the sample size is small, right? You asked me in buy or sell 10, week 10. And that's, if he starts week 10, that's what, 7 games?
Correct.
That you're going to get from him?
Yeah.
And so that's not a large sample size.
No.
That's the awkward spot where he may look good enough for you to be like, do we really want to do this? Do we really want to take a quarterback?
Yeah, like let's be honest. Let's say they go, 1-9 with Jacoby Brissett, and Beck comes in. They just get a little fired up, and they go 4-5.
Right.
What do you do? Or sorry, 3-4.
It's enough to make you think that there may be more there, right? And his arm is solid. He had the UCL surgery a couple years ago. He says that that's behind him, that his arm feels really good. I mean, he said all the right things about social media. He said he doesn't care what the outside noise is. All he cares about are the guys in the building. He just said all of the right things, and he seemed so mature. And that's what gives me confidence that he actually could make this a little awkward in a good way in the summer.
Yeah, you walk out of yesterday's press conference, and I think the word I said to you was just professional.
Yeah, he was professional.
Right, like he was extremely professional. And it's the type of conversation that you want from a franchise. It's the type of press conference that you want from a franchise quarterback. He has to go out there and prove it. I was impressed with yesterday. Yesterday, in the grand scheme of things, means nothing. And we're looking at a press conference. But, yeah, there were some impressive things there.
Yeah, and I just think now that we're in this situation where they used the 65th pick on him, they used, again, I think any pick inside the top 75 should be classified as a premium asset. I mean, you are trying to get good to Hall of Fame good starters. I mean, that's what you're trying to do with your first 3 rounds. Starters, not role players, not rotational pieces. You're looking for starters. Now, the quarterback position is a little different when you get to the second or the third round. Those are more dart throws, but you can't be using a pick that early in the draft on a quarterback that may never play for you. Because if Jacoby Brissett starts all 17 games next season and it doesn't go well, and the Cardinals are in a position to draft a quarterback in 2027, and that's the path they want to choose, the pick of Carson Beck would be a waste. So, again, I wouldn't have made the pick, but now that they made the pick, to make the process seem not flawed, to make the process actually seem somewhat decent, Carson Beck needs to play, and I think he should play a lot. Like, I think he should be the starter for a majority of the games that they play next year. Now, he's got to go out there and earn it. And that's why I think the best thing we can see this summer is for him to look really good right now during, OTAs or rookie minicamp, and to light it up in training camp, and to just every day be somebody that everybody talks about. Did you see what Carson Beck did today? You see that throw that he made? Make those wow plays over and over and over again. And then when you get time in preseason, because he'll get time in preseason, he needs to follow the Jackson Dart model. Make it so where they can't ignore you. Make it so where they're not going to name you QB1 because they've already kind of promised it to somebody else. But you force their hand for you to be QB2, and you're right there the moment the opportunity rises. And we thought that was going to be the path with Ty Simpson. Maybe now it's just the path they need to follow with Carson Beck. Now he's got to do it. Like you said, this is all words right now. Actions speak louder than words, but a great first impression yesterday from Carson Beck. And I think just furthering my position of I want to see him play as much as possible next year. I want to see him play as much as possible. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also hang out with us, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Coach says, I hear you. You may not necessarily like the boat that you jumped on, but that doesn't mean you want it to sink. Exactly. I don't like how he got to this point, but now that we're here, I want it to be as successful as it can be. And I think that includes Carson Beck playing as much as possible next year. And like I said, a great first impression yesterday from the 65th overall pick in last year's draft. When we come back, we got to pick our winners for the weekend winners when we come back on the lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The Knicks have won 4 in a row by a combined 135 points. So this is setting up for one of those unbelievable runs or an epic collapse. Is there something that kind of opened the door for you guys playing great against Atlanta and great opening up this series against Philadelphia? Something happened. We thought the Knicks were teetering on the brink when they're down 2-1. All of a sudden, C.J. McCollum is the new Trae Young, and the Knicks postseason is going south.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Bob Dylan in person.
There must be some way out of here.
One night only. June 23rd, Arizona Financial Theater. Bob Dylan. Plus Lucinda Williams and her band. And the John Doe Folk Trio. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Bob Dylan Live, plus Lucinda Williams and her band, and the John Doe Folk Trio. Show starts promptly at 7 p.m.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic
has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tea at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Producer Evan, hit the sounder. You know what sounder I'm looking for? Hit the sounder. Ryan Waldschmidt called up by the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh my God. What if I told you that when I brought it up on Buy or Sell, and I was just also on Twitter and typed in Ryan Waldschmidt, and some random person tweeted, like, Ryan Waldschmidt is being called up today. And I checked his profile. He wasn't a journalist or anything, so I just didn't say anything, obviously. I hadn't heard it from anybody else. He was right. This guy was right.
The following roster moves, the Diamondbacks 8 minutes ago tweeted this out. Ryan Waldschmidt selected from AAA Reno. Tyler Locklear was reinstated from the 10-day injured list and optioned to AAA Reno. Alec Thomas designated for assignment. So they made the move. They decided that they could not see any more Alec Thomas at bats. And he has – what's so unfortunate is I like Alec Thomas. And he's a great defender. He has speed. He should be able to hit more than he is currently hitting. And for whatever reason, it wasn't working here. And it just became so insurmountable when you have a prospect that is doing what Ryan Waldschmidt is doing at a position that at the big league level has been a black hole for you. You just couldn't ignore it. They couldn't keep doing this. They were struggling offensively. Center field in particular was a problem. And Ryan Waldschmidt, all he's been doing all year long in Reno is tearing the cover off the ball. Made a great diving play in center field last night. Has been hitting the ball hard, has been hitting for power. He got hit in the helmet the other day. Everything's okay there. And now he is going to get a chance. And please, Torey Lovello, I know the way you operate when it comes to rookies. Stick this dude in center field and play him every day. Play him every day.
It's the only way he's going to learn. It's the only way he's going to get better.
So huge move for the Arizona Diamondbacks to call up their top prospect, Ryan Waldschmidt. They designate for assignment Alec Thomas, and away we go. I mean, an early weekend winner, Ryan Waldschmidt. He's won the weekend already.
Hats off to Ryan Waldschmidt. He has won the weekend already. Do you want to start or you want me to start?
Ryan Waldschmidt, 289, 400, 477 slash line, 3 homers, and a 117 WRC plus across 34 games. Sorry, just wanted to add some statistics.
I think those are some great statistics you gave me. Do you want to start or you want me to?
We got to do NASCAR first.
Okay.
Do you have a NASCAR pick ready or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
So we've got the Go Bowling at the Glen on Sunday. 11 o'clock. You can listen to it over on KZG 1440. I'm going Christopher Bell on a road course. It's a road course at Watkins Glen in New York. Christopher Bell is pretty good on road courses, constantly posts in there. So I think Christopher Bell is going to win.
I'm going to go with Kyle Larson.
John's going with Alec Bowman. Code bringing up an interesting point. Do you think they were listening to us go through all the center fielders in baseball in the opening segment and said, we can't stand this anymore.
Yes, I think that what may have been bad radio at the time, hand up, that's on me, turned into a great move.
We did it so late in the segment. I think that was where we went awry. It happened so late in the process.
We started it when we were supposed to be going to break.
And it's always bad to start something new when it's really time to go to break, because then
something that's going to take a process that long.
Yeah.
All right. So I went with Kyle Larson.
All right. I've got Christopher Bell. John's got Alec Bowman.
Okay. I love it.
Man, I keep looking over in social media and I just see Ryan Walshman getting promoted. Number 1 prospect. I mean, this is exciting. Now, I don't know. I mean, he played yesterday. Can he get here in time for tonight? I don't think so. I don't know how.
Imagine.
I don't know how much advanced thought there was into this. Was this a decision made last night and they very quickly? I mean, Reno to Phoenix is not a difficult flight to make. Or did they make the decision? It just depends on when they.
I don't think they made this decision at noon today. They DFA'd.
They DFA'd Alec Thomas, yes. So if they don't have Walshman in the building tonight.
Are you ready for what I'm about to do?
They'll play down a guy.
The Diamondbacks posted a video.
Okay.
This is certainly from last night.
So this is how it happens. This is how we don't hit the.
This is because he's in full uniform, clearly just left the game.
Oh, they just posted how'd you feel today? So this is after the game. So, okay, so this was definitely something they've been giving a lot of thought to as of late. Now, again, you just couldn't ignore it, man. You just couldn't ignore the offensive output of this team, and you had an instant upgrade. So I would not be surprised if he's there tonight.
I'm sorry, by the way.
Okay.
I want to get on Arizona Diamondbacks Twitter real quick.
What would you? Okay.
Yesterday for Corbin Carroll's home run, did you see what their post was?
No.
Clear the deck, cannonball coming.
Did he put it in the pool?
Yes.
Okay,
but that's what the Pirates announcer says.
Well, so then that's why. So it was a double meaning.
Yes.
It was the pool.
Problem with it all.
Okay.
You cannot lose 2 of 3 and say that.
Fair enough.
You cannot troll them and then lose 2
I know,
of 3.
But hold on. When you posted the home run, it gave the Diamondbacks the lead. So you can't get on the social media guy.
Because I think he's the reason they lost.
No, it's not their fault. Also, what's with the traffic cones?
Yes, have you not heard this?
No, I'm very confused by it.
So Fanatics, I can't remember what it was supposed to say, but they messed up their shirt. Like, I don't know if it was supposed to say raise the Jolly Roger.
And it said raise the traffic cone?
No, it just said raise the cone.
Oh, so now, wow, I love when a fan base gets in on a bit like that.
Yes, so Fanatics sold an accidental shirt that said raise the cone. And so now the joke is that hoist the cone.
What?
Yes. You got the original Fanatic shirt.
I'm looking this up here.
It just said hoist the cone at the bottom.
How do you mess that up?
I don't know.
I mean, what is going on? How do you mess that up that bad?
So now you have all these people bringing traffic cones. They have traffic cones.
I just found a video.
And by the way,
I found a video from earlier in the season. There's a member of the Pirates bullpen holding up a traffic cone in the bullpen. What is happening? I'm in on this.
So I have a buddy I went to college with. He's like big Pirates fan, right? And he now lives and works in Dallas. And they were playing the Rangers the other day, and they would not let him in with a traffic cone. And he was trying to explain to them, like, no, this is the Pirates thing.
It originated from a misprint on a shirt intended to say, hoist the colors. So it said, hoist the cone.
And by the way, these hoist the cone shirts, now obviously were fixed and sold out, are going on eBay for hundreds of dollars.
I mean, I know the Pirates have the Iron Workers mask.
Yes, which is very cool.
You got to have the traffic cone as your home run celebration, don't you?
Well, I think it's just out in the bullpen.
Oh, no, I saw a bunch of people in the ballpark yesterday wearing traffic cones. Trust me.
I was going to say,
could you imagine
I've seen people in full traffic cone costume.
Could you imagine being the people working the gate at Chase Field? You want to bring what into the building? You're trying to bring in a traffic cone? Excuse me?
I think it's so funny because this is clearly a Fanatics mistake that they've made such a fun gambit here.
All right, we got to do winners quickly. I've got the Brooklyn Nets. They're going to win the NBA draft lottery on Sunday. I've got Spencer Jones, top prospect for the Yankees, who got called up. He's going to have a big weekend. And the Knicks complete their sweep of the 76ers tonight and then on Sunday. So the Knicks, big winners this weekend.
Similar ones. I had the Knicks. I also had Spencer Jones. I have the Timberwolves.
Oh, you think their series tied at 1? They're gonna
take both at home.
Wow.
Tonight and then Sunday.
Okay. So there you have it. Our weekend winners here on the program. We've got one more before it is the weekend, and we hand things off to Jim Rome at the top of the hour. When we come back, it's all the stories we didn't get to here today on the show. We call them the leftovers, and we'll get to them next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert.
Rumors linking the Suns to a potential pursuit of Aaron Gordon. I kind of like it. Now, Aaron Gordon is not a perfect player, but Aaron Gordon checks a lot of boxes for what I think the Suns need. Size, check. He's 6'8", and has years playoff experience. Now, the last time he's played 70-plus games in a season was 3 seasons ago. Well, if you're going to get 50, 60 games of Aaron Gordon, is that a benefit to your team? I think it is.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Hey, it's Audrey from the David Mahoney Morning Show. So much of what makes a family happy is what takes place in our homes. And some of that is creating a mess, whether it's picking up a kid from soccer practice, baseball practice, and all of that yuck being brought into your home carpets or onto your hardwood or tile. And Zero Res actually has something that can help. They can handle every single surface in your homes like carpets, tile, grout, hardwood, LVP, stone, upholstery, rugs, and even air ducts. I've recently used Zero Res and they do an amazing job. And I have pets, okay? And my pets might be dirtier than your kids. Actually, after further review, probably not. But this month, get Zero Resified starting at just $45 per room and get an air duct cleaning starting at just $4.99. You owe it to yourself and to your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res right now at 480-507-2419 or go online at ZeroResPhoenix.com and say you want the KDUS special. Spell it backwards or forwards. It all spells the same. Zero Res.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
Ringo Starr and his all-star band. With friends Steve Lukather from Toto. From Men at Work, Colin Hay. From Average White Band, Hamish Stewart. Friday, June 12th at 7:30 p.m. Gamage Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Danny Zalesko Presents.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to AmericaFirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership, eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
Join the Rooster this Friday for a special edition of MMA Friday live from RTO Sullivan's. Starting at 4:30 p.m. this Friday, join the Rooster as he breaks down this weekend's fights with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis. From fighter prospects, fighter histories, and the latest betting lines, Rooster has everything you need to know before the fights begin. A special edition of MMA Friday with Rooster from 4:30 to 5:45 p.m. leading up to ASU baseball this Friday right here on KDUS AM 1060.
All right, let's get you to the weekend. What is happening right here? Look at.
Yeah, why do you have that second mic in here?
I didn't do this.
You've now moved the mics.
Hold on.
Has that been there the whole show?
No, absolutely not. That was right in my face. That has not been there the whole show. That's the microphone that the other day before the show got started, I ripped into pieces, and I had to fix it before we went on the air. And it's been a week here on the program.
All in all, good week.
And today has been the most Friday of Friday shows.
It has,
and I think we say that every Friday because we continue to
continue to do
ourselves. But here we are.
The Referees Association.
Ryan Waldschmidt
might
be playing,
and Spencer Jones. I think we're going to get both of those tonight. That's going to be awesome.
Well, Spencer Jones, I know, is reported to be in the lineup tonight for the Yankees. Waldschmidt
now seeing that video, he's in all. They DFA'd Alec Thomas, who is playing center field. Ryan Waldschmidt, they threw in center last night, and they're like, hey, should we try this? He looks good. Let's bring him up.
I know, but
he's playing tonight.
It's Nolan McLean.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's just a tough pitching matchup.
Then call him up tomorrow. He's playing tonight.
Are you gonna be as angry as I was earlier in the show if he's not playing tonight?
Yes.
There's part of me that feels like Barros is in the lineup tonight in center.
No chance.
I'm just saying. There's this part of me that feels like
no
he's in there in
chance.
center
That would be
tonight.
such a debacle.
You got to save that word. I mean, you can't call something a debacle when it's a 3 out of 10 problem.
It's an 8 out of 10.
No, it's not an 8 out of 10.
Because to me, it shows he's going to do the same thing he did with Jordan Lawler.
Well, I think that's a concern regardless of if he plays tonight. Jordan Lawler, I mean, we're watching with Jose Fernandez right now.
Yes, that's very true.
I mean, Jose Fernandez is this year's example of it.
Except Jose Fernandez is playing well. Jordan Lawler couldn't buy a hit for a little bit.
I know, but I don't think we helped matters by sitting him for as much as
we did it, but you could put down more of an argument. There's no argument for not playing Jose Fernandez. It's just bad process and bad managing.
Hit the sounder. Hit the sounder.
Barossa.
Another local radio host who's pretty good at breaking things is saying that he's not going to be in the lineup tonight.
Everybody has a nice
I cede the rest of the leftovers to producer Evan. You know what? You can go big screen on the YouTube if you want. I'm just going to sit here.
This is a complete failure by the manager again. And they'll get shut out tonight. Jorge Barroso go 0 for 4. Actually, 4. He's not even going to get 3 at-bats with this offense currently. You wanted a spark? Let's call somebody up and sit him on the bench. Get everybody pumped up out there. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to ruin this kid. Ryan Waldschmidt was sitting in that AAA manager's office last night thinking, man, I hope I get to play. Nope. Sorry, Ryan. You'll play once a week for the rest of the year. They'll completely ruin you. And then maybe if you're lucky, you'll get traded like Baltimore where you can play every day. Like our guy Blaze, who I think he's going through it right now. I don't watch much Orioles baseball. Ruined him. They've already done it. Today, this is why you fire the manager. By the way, the Referees Association and the NFL signed a 7-year CBA to avoid a work stoppage. Adam Schefter, I'm pretty sure, broke this from a restaurant on vacation, by the way.
I mean, we were never going to have replacement refs. I don't think they were ever going to do that again. I think the NFL would have caved before that happened again. Hey, Ryan Waldschmidt gives you a nice bat off the bench late in the game tonight.
Thanks.
Nice.
You know what? His first major league at bat today. You were like against Nolan McLean. His first major league at bat today is going to be against Nolan McLean in the 7th. You're losing 1-0 with a runner on third. He's got no warm up swings. That'll be his first major league at bat. 1, 2, 3. See you, Ryan.
No, come on. That's our guy. We got to have more belief and faith that he's able to do it.
Yeah, 80 pitches into Nolan McLean's start. He hasn't given up more than 2 hits.
I don't love it, but I'm not surprised. I told you.
You got to move on from Torrey. If they extend,
I don't.
Here's what they do today. Ready for what happens today? Yeah. They call up Ryan Waldschmidt. He doesn't play. They love it organizationally, and they'll extend him.
It's gonna do it for us here on the lunch break. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. See ya.